Hi guys, I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephen.
And this is F1 Fanatics. Welcome back to another F1 Fantasy Weekly.
Oh yeah, the continuation of
The predictions. Now, if you didn't watch last week and this is your first time listening, that probably doesn't make sense.
No.
So go and check out that video and this will make more sense because last week we decided to predict the prices of what we thought the drivers would be in the fantasy game for the 2020 season. So what are we going to do this week, Stephen?
We're going to pick our teams based on those point predictions. And we'll put up the prices now so you can play along, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're going to pick our teams off of a not so reliable predictions of the prices. But yeah.
Basically, you know, because we don't have anything to go for it this way, we're just going to, as a bit of fun, predict our teams that we will have based on our money value that we gave to the drivers last week. And then obviously the 29th, it will be released officially. So we will then obviously, in our season preview, put together our teams as well with the actual prices and what actually happens.
Basically, this is all just a bit of fun. Don't take anything too seriously.
I mean, that's pretty much F1 Fantasy Weekly, isn't it?
I just thought I'd put the disclaimer in.
Yeah, just in case anyone thinks that this is the genuine prize and they get upset that they can't do their teams when it comes out. We have no idea. But yes, what we're going to do is, Stephen, I'm going to hand over to you. We're going to hear what your team is. The start of 2020, the team that is going to get you off to a flyer, potentially, maybe even leading the F1 Fanatics League this time.
Now, before I start, I have unintentionally picked a team that someone's going to be very happy about. But I didn't intend it until I stopped and went, oh my God, what have I done?
Okay. The suspense is killing me.
Okay.
Who knows what team?
So my team
Team.
is Ferrari. And
Yeah.
then bold. There's kind of bold team. I was saying Ferrari going to have a great start to the year. I was tempted with Mercedes, but I was like, I'll go bold. I didn't want to go Red Bull because they're always slow starters, even though Red Bull the best. So, to join Ferrari, my first top driver, I guess, is Charles Leclerc. 27 mil. So we had Ferrari at 27 mil. I have all the price on the screen. Leclerc 27 mil. It's my top boy. Joining my top boy is Valtteri Bottas at 23 mil.
Whoa.
So I got Mercedes covered. I'm going heavy on Ferrari, but got Bottas 3.0.
You've gone the classic double.
Because Bottas always turns up early doors.
But you went for the classic combo that I had of Leclerc-Bottas through the majority of the second half of the season.
Yeah, and you beat me with that on the second half of the season.
You think it's a tried and tested formula? Might work again.
And then Lando Norris is my next driver, 8 million. Got a fancy Lando. Showing some pace. He's got a season under his belt. He's going to have more consistency. Quality. Bold, Lance Stroll, 7.5. Confidence is just going to be growing and growing. He knows he's got to drive well to get that Aston Martin seat next season.
He does. He's got to start off on the front foot.
So I'm feeling this is going to be the season that makes him.
Okay.
Or brings him.
Okay. You're hoping for the make, though.
Could be a family breakup at the end of the season if he doesn't do very well. And then to wrap it all up, I'm going for the resurgence of Haas. And I go for Kevin Magnussen. K-Mac. I've gone for K-Mac. 6.5. I've gone for K-Mag, Lando Norris, and Charles Leclerc. What's Katie done to me?
I mean,
This wasn't intentional. I just picked them. Then I suddenly looked. I was like, oh my god.
I mean,
I've got all three.
I think you've been brainwashed. The only thing you're missing there is Pierre Gasly.
Saw Pierre. Sorry. I went for Fauci. I went two big up boys. Well, I haven't. The only thing I'm worried about that team is I haven't really got a strong turbo unless Norris starts or strong or K-Mag. Sorry.
Indeed.
No,
Well,
I haven't got a strong turbo in there. That's my only worry.
it's a bold team, and you've gone to manufacture getting two top guys. We did say you're probably going to have to sacrifice it a little bit down below, and you have gone, bolder picks of Lance Stroll and Kevin Magnussen to kind of bring yourself in.
Yeah.
And can you give us a full rundown of the entire team,
Okay.
just for everyone to have a clear idea who your team is?
Ferrari, Charles, Bottas, Norris, Stroll, K-Mag.
Boom. That is the first predicted team of the F1 2020 fantasy season.
Honestly, I don't know how you're going to come close.
Well, controversially, I'm not going to go for two big drivers. I'm resting my laurels on one man. But we're going to start off with the team
Start off
first.
with the team.
We're starting off with the team. Mercedes.
Mercedes.
I'm covering my bases.
That's like the safe one.
Mercedes, I'm going safe.
That's probably the smart one.
They did me a solid last year. I pretty much had them all year, and they were brilliant.
We have just seen the Ferrari launch. Obviously, that'll be yesterday by the time you're watching it. It looks identical car. We're slightly worried they've just used the same car as last year. So Mercedes is probably the smart bet.
Exactly. Ferrari have gone with... Didn't work last year, but doesn't mean that it can't work in 2020. No. I'm sure there are new things that we can't see and everything on that front. And I've been informed that it is a slightly darker red.
We all know darker red means faster red.
And the numbers have slightly changed. Different font.
Oh, font makes a big difference to aerodynamics.
Indeed. And there's a little bit more black on the top.
Ah.
Which means Mercedes have some black in their car. So Mercedes have been good. So black's good.
Yeah. Logic.
Haas had a lot of black last year. That wasn't good.
No.
But a little bit of black. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, on to your number
On to
one.
my team. Sorry, we turned into a little bit of a car reveal special there. With Mercedes being my team. Number one driver. Number one.
you haven't.
Sebastian Vettel. He's going to start off the season with an absolute flyer. But Mercedes were my team because I wasn't completely confident. And I feel like with Ferrari, they're not going to get both drivers going well on the first one. So I'm putting my eggs in the Sebastian Vettel basket.
Fair enough.
Little bit cheaper price.
He's what did we put him at?
25 mil. I think he's a bargain. If it
Yeah.
comes off, it could be a blinder.
Yeah. Incredible.
Number two driver. The Spaniard, who drives for McLaren, the best of the rest from last year, Carlos Sainz. Favourite turbo. A favourable turbo. Joining him will be Daniel Ricciardo. Clear number
Daniel
one at
Rick.
Renault now for me.
I was
Maybe
tempted.
controversial to Ocon fans.
I was tempted with Danny Rick.
I think it's good. I'm spreading my bets here. I'm very much kind of, backing the number ones, which leads me on to my fourth driver, Sergio Perez.
So
The Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity has been formed.
It has been formed. Solid performance last year. I'm back in Racing Point to do better. Daniel Ricciardo in his second season at Renault will have a strong start. He's not going to have his
Grand
start
Prix.
of his race that was ruined last year. He's going to have a good home Grand Prix. And Carlos Sainz had a terrible start to McLaren last year as well. They're both going to have good Australian Grand Prix this year. But one man who did have a good Australian Grand Prix last year, finishing P6, best of the rest, Kevin Magnussen.
K-Mag.
Kevin Magnussen is in both our teams. because Haas last year they started off with a quick car. And so Haas can build a quick car. It's just when development kicks in that everybody else takes over. So I'm backing them in that kind of almost Porsche-esque livery, in their kind of WEC stuff. Very nice livery, actually, by the way, the Haas. It's my favourite out of the new liveries so far, I think. The red, white and black.
It's very nice.
Very sleek, very professional. But yeah, I'm going to back Kevin Magnussen to do well in Australia. Haas have done well in Australia other than the times that they make mistakes in the pit stops. But last year, Kevin Magnussen did well.
Best of the rest.
So I'm going to have... They're at least these guys, my 4 midfield drivers, going to beat their teammates.
If he is 6.5, that's a bargain.
It is. So that's my team. And for you guys at home, a quick run through of that. So I have Mercedes as my constructor, Sebastian Vettel leading the way, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Sergio Perez, and finishing off with K-Mag. Unbelievable. How have we both put K-Mag in after Haas's terrible season last year?
We both have faith.
I just believe at the start of the season, Haas generally do
are very quick.
Quite good.
And they focus a lot on development for this year's car.
Yeah.
Like they completely scrapped their plans halfway through.
And this year they've listened to Grosjean.
Yeah. Oh.
And Grosjean knew stuff.
Yeah.
No.
It's his farewell season, well, it's probably going to be his last season in F1. He's going to want to finish on a high.
Exactly. So driving that team to best of the rest.
Maybe I should pick Grosjean. Maybe too bold.
I debated it, but no. At 5.5, he really is a bargain.
Yeah.
But no.
If he's 5 mil...
He could be the cheap pick that you go to get Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas in the same team.
He's going to have a season he wants to remember. So it's going to be his last, let's all be honest.
It is. But those are our teams that we've predicted with the price. It would be great to hear, like we did at the start of the video, we put up the pricing structure if you hadn't watched last week. With the prices there, you have 100 million budget, remember, and so your prices must obviously add up to below the 100 million budget.
How much did your team add up to?
97.5, I think.
Oof, I was 99.
Right on the cusp. But, you've used that budget.
Yeah.
If I went Charles Leclerc, bang, that was my budget. But I went for Vettel.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I like, because you've got plenty of turbo picks there, like solid turbo picks. Mine are all gambles.
I'm spoiled for turbo picks.
Yeah.
So you went gambled on going big, but I'm gambling on big turbo points to maybe make up the gap.
Yeah.
But I think there's a good spread there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were part of the Katie fan club. And
unintentionally.
And I'm sticking with my bold prediction that Sebastian Vettel is somehow winning the 2020 World Drivers' Championship.
That's why I went Ferrari, because I was like, I really want them to Sebastian to do.
I picked Vettel first, but then I chickened out and I was like, I'm going to pick Mercedes because if it goes wrong, at least I've got Mercedes to back me up.
See, I've gone for the Bottas as my backup.
It's smart. I think we've both gone, we need some Merc points in there.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, though, no Red Bull.
Well, they always have a slow start.
They do, and they're home there. But I don't think historically Australia has necessarily suited them, although did Verstappen finish on the podium last year? Might have done. No, actually, I think it was Hamilton Bottas 1-2 with Vettel third. Or it could have been Verstappen third.
Yeah.
But
they're not... I don't see them challenging for a win. Whereas I see either Ferrari or Mercedes challenging for a win.
I think I feel more confident in terms of, from the off, backing a Ferrari or a Mercedes. I think I'd want to see... I mean, by that time the prices could be, skyrocketed and you miss out on the bet. But I think I want to see a couple of races before I go down the Red Bull
I want
route.
them to have a title challenging car Whether it happens or not is the gamble.
Yeah.
And even they may have a tire changing car, but they always have a slow start. Like last year, it was slow, peaked before the summer break, and then dropped off again. Then came back. Yeah.
But like we said, those are our teams. That is,
Based on our price predictions.
we would love to hear your ones.
That's what we'll be doing next week.
So next week, what we will be doing is we will be giving our, and this actually will translate actually to the real Formula 1 game. So the past couple of weeks have been predictions, but it's a bit of fun from there. What we're going to predict is our kind of ones to watch, who we think is going to be a cheap bargain buy, like a George Russell at the start of last year, or a Charles Leclerc, or a Valtteri Bottas, and actually score you some really good points throughout the season. I think Valtteri Bottas and Russell, in terms of their price comparisons, were one of the best.
Yeah.
But guys, that rounds off that element of the show, the serious part. Now we come to the Kimi moment of the week. So, for you, your Kimi Räikkönen moment of the week. It's a good one.
Nice.
So, birthdays.
They are always good, though.
That is true. Birthdays. They're a time to celebrate, aren't they?
Yeah.
We've spoken about it before. Kimi Räikkönen, he was at McLaren.
Yes, he was.
As the young Finn was very quick.
Yeah.
A teammate for his time was one certain David Coulthard.
Good old David.
Team principal at the time, Ron Dennis.
Good old Ron.
McLaren, royalty. McLaren, Ron Dennis, he was celebrating his 60th birthday.
Oh, nice.
And in an interview, David Coulthard recalled an incident that happened at this party.
Uh-oh.
So,
I'm worried.
the scene was at Ron Dennis's 60th birthday, and Coulthard and Räikkönen were teammates, as we've just disclosed. Räikkönen decided to do a stage dive. Young Kimi, he's bold, he's exciting.
Wait, a stage dive?
A stage dive.
At this guy's birthday party?
Yeah, I don't know where it was. I don't know what was happening, but there was a stage and Kimi could dive off it.
Okay.
Okay.
Normally you dive into a crowd of people.
But so did TAG CEO Mansour Ojeh's wife.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I've said that. Ojeh's wife, Ojeh's life. But anyway, Ojeh's TAG owner, a 21% stake with McLaren. So he holds a 21% stake with McLaren.
And his wife.
So David Coulthard, he's now looking. He's got Kimi Räikkönen. He's preparing to stage dive. He's also got Ojeh's wife preparing to stage dive.
Okay.
The scene is set.
Don't drop the wife.
Well, Coulthard was unsure of who to catch.
Uh-oh.
And he caught the wife instead of Kimi.
Oh, no.
Räikkönen went down. He went down.
He went down hard.
He wasn't moving.
He was out.
They stopped the music to see if Kimi was all right.
Kimi had died.
The
Kimi we know today isn't Kimi. He died.
He's a Kimi
At
clone.
the stage dive, he died. They're like, oh no, we've just killed one of the greatest racing drivers in history. We've got to remake him. And we've got a robot Kimi.
Join us next week for F1 Conspiracies with Mike and Stephen. No, but the music was stopped.
He's alive.
We don't know yet.
Oh, crap, sorry. Yep, go.
The music, see if Kimi was alright. After not moving for a few minutes.
A few minutes.
He got up unscathed.
Okay.
And told Coulthard, "You're not a teammate. You're a Cosipa."
Oh.
I presume that's Finnish for something. If that's really offensive in Finnish,
So beep it.
I apologise for my language. I don't know what that means. But the enraged driver, Kimi, decided to punch David Coulthard. But after some vodka, he was fine. That's Kimmy moment
So
of
he
the
went
week.
stage dive.
Yep.
He may or may not have died. Unknown.
F1 conspiracy.
DC didn't catch him. He
No.
went for the wife because she's her husband's big stakeholder in McLaren.
DC went for the money, not the teammate.
And Kimmy's like, put your teammate first, and then punched him, as you do.
Yeah.
Had a few vodkas, shots,
Was alright.
job done.
Job done.
Good birthday.
Eventful birthday. He seems like he's toned it down in recent years.
Ron will never forget it.
That's certainly a 60th birthday story that you can remember. We thought Kimi Raikkonen had died. But instead, he rose up and outed David Coulthard for what he was. You just in it for the money, mate. What teammate are you?
Yeah.
You're a K, whatever that word was.
Let's not repeat it. It could be
No.
highly offensive.
Yanni, if it's not too offensive, can you explain it in the comments below? If it is too offensive, just say, bad Michael Stephen.
Wait, I didn't say it.
You were part of it. You're here. You're part of the blame. If we go down for this, if we're in like some scandal story, you're to blame.
Okay.
You're meant to control the PR side of
Oh, I'm
things.
sorry.
So, yeah, you've let us
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry.
You should have stopped me.
I didn't see it coming.
You see, you
I
you should always be ahead of the game in these things.
Well, I was with the Kimi conspiracy,
Yeah,
but just not the finished words.
no. You set your priorities
That he
wrong.
apparently said after he
Yeah, we don't know.
didn't die.
It's what David Coulthard said. And as a
Oh.
teammate, he could just be throwing Kimi under the bus, as he didn't catch him.
Exactly.
But guys, that was the Kimi moment of the week. Kimi was all right. He drove.
What was it? So,
He run a world championship after that. Not with McLaren, but he won a world championship. So, and it tells a good, 60th birthday story for Ron Dennis. Bet it was a boring party after that. That's the only story that's come out of it. Also, if anyone was at Ron Dennis's 60th birthday party who is listening to this, please can you explain why there was a stage, or where this was, that there was a stage that was required? Because having a stage with Kimi about, that was a bad idea. Of course he's going to stage dive.
and did Kimi actually survive?
Right, Stephen's really interested in things. So, you can tell us two things. One, where were you that you required a stage? Two, was Kimi Raikkonen died, and have they made a clone of him?
No, robot.
A robot Kimi.
Cloning is, come on.
There's not.
Let's get
To be
serious
fair,
here.
he
It's a
has
robot.
he has the glasses. Shoot him in the face, and then he looks like the Terminator.
Yeah. That's why it's quite blunt as well, because he doesn't have many words programmed,
Exactly.
so he can only say so much.
Boah. And when he goes boah, that's system malfunction.
So he's
Wow.
trying to find the right word, but it's like in between two.
Yeah.
Struggles.
Right, we've gone off on one again.
Yep.
So if you were listening to the first part of the podcast and enjoyed the prices, we're glad. If you've made it this far to the Kimi moment of the week, we hope you've enjoyed. We apologise that we've gone off on F1 conspiracies and Kimi Raikkonen robots and vodka drinking Kimi. But it's always quite fun to find a story about Kimi.
Exactly.
But we'll leave you now. And if you are new around here, or you're watching or listening and you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button.
Hit the bell.
Correct.
That's what I was meant to say last time.
Yeah.
So I said hit the bell this time.
Well done. You've hit the bell.
Am I meant to say something else?
No,
No,
you're
I got
good.
it. Hit the bell.
We'll get you to comments bit. If you'd like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below on what, Stephen?
Do you subscribe to the Robo Kimi theory?
Do you subscribe to the Robo Kimi theory?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, guys. That's all we want to hear from you. Oh, and your teams.
Oh,
We'd actually
yeah.
be interested in those too, actually. So let us know about your teams. But that's about it. So for now, you F1 fans, keep racing.